So continuing further on where we left the other day is that everything that is happening is condition oriented. That we need to understand. So there should be something which is unconditioned. So unless we completely understand there is conditions, then you can't understand the unconditioned. So now it's a process to understand conditioned and unconditioned. Okay. So what Buddha says is that in general, people think or feel that when they are born, they're gift of God or random or due to karma. And nothing of that is true. It's the condition which brings you to a particular thing, and the same condition will make that consciousness depart from that place. That condition is Ayu, lifespan. Yeah. It's not whether you want to live or you don't want to live. It's the condition which makes you live or the condition doesn't make you live, even in a particular place. So if there is existence, existence is going to be there as long as the condition matches that existence. So I'm existing in this room. As soon as the condition goes away, then I have to move out of this room, whether I like it or I don't like it. It's got nothing to do with my likingness or my dislikingness. So here I can see that if I were to remove the moha, the delusion what I have, that I am existing forever, or I will sit in this room forever, as an example, then that's a delusion mentality. Now, the questions that needs to be asked, like what Buddha is saying there, when he says jati pi dukkha, what do you think? Don't tell me birth is suffering. The English translation to it, birth is suffering. What is the depth of that message? Just a second. Yes, sir.
I was thinking it takes a lot of struggle to get a birth. Good point.
Yeah, that's correct. But what do you mean by jati pi dukkha?
Sir, when we take birth, aging and illness and death happens. That is also one kind of
That we will
birth is
come to that later. That is when the birth happens, then all of this happens. Now, why specifically jati pi dukkha?
Mhm.
Yeah, Shreyas, go ahead.
Let's say we want to bring something into fruition. So it's theoretical right now. To bring that into practicality, we have to put so much effort to that to get that into fruition. If it happens, we are happy. If it doesn't happen, we're sad. Is
That's
that
fine,
jati?
but what has birth got to do with it?
It's the birth of that condition, like bring everything to that.
We'll see. Mrityunjaya,
This jati, now the condition has come into force.
so
So the person is going to be born.
what is dukkha got to do with that?
It is a condition. Condition.
Are you not happy with the condition that you are alive right now as
Yes.
we speak?
Yes. Yes.
You're happy or unhappy?
I'm happy.
Then over. Then there's no dukkha. Game over. Okay. Yes, Abhishek, go ahead.
Is it to do with the fact that every time we are born, a new mind is born, it's a reset, and every time memory is gone and we have to start again? Is there any connection with that?
Okay, now let me ask you an alternative question. The other day you were saying you're Canadian or you're Indian Canadian. What were you wanting to say? You're an Indian or a Canadian or Indian Canadian?
Yeah, Indian Canadian.
Indian Canadian. So born in Canada,
No, India.
but settled in Canada.
Yes, now in India. Back
Now in India. So where are you existing?
in Indian territory.
Okay. But then is that a dukkha? No, right? You see this fun. None of us are suffering. Aren't you happy being in Auroville?
Yes,
So then where's the suffering?
no suffering.
And then why are we following Buddha? Which makes no sense actually. We are happy. We are happy with existence. We are happy being born. We are not happy being aged. And we are not happy being dying. That's the only thing.
But the dukkha he is talking about isn't the sensory trap that we're constantly bound by the sensory
No,
trap.
this says it is jati pi dukkha. Being born is suffering. That's the meaning of it. Aging is suffering. Death is suffering. So if we take that Pali word and translate in English, what would happen? Jati pi dukkha. Pi means in English is. So birth is suffering. But today we find it's not suffering. Like Mrityunjay is very happy with being born. I don't think so any one of us are unhappy being born and we are happy to get. See, the problem is we want to get what we want. And if we get it, we are very happy. What's there? Isn't it or not? Are we really unhappy as unhappy?
I think it's one of the core misunderstandings of the teaching about dukkha. I think it's very misunderstood, and I'm still getting my head around. And in terms of getting things what we want, that's also subjective, depending on the condition of the mind. Some
No,
people are.
but aren't you happy? Like you're in Auroville, so you got what you wanted. See, you just came as a just to see what is Auroville, and now you're settled down in Auroville. Aren't you happy being in Auroville?
I am, but not all the time. Happiness doesn't.
Not a question of all the time or sometime or no time, but the quest for happiness is there,
Right.
or the pursuit of happiness is there. So it made you land in Auroville. So you're existing in Auroville.
Right.
Isn't that the most fascinating thing right now for you?
Right now, yes.
That's it. So Ariu is in Mountain View. That's the most fascinating thing. He might not like many things in Mountain View, but isn't it the most fascinating thing that you are in a better place than anybody else?
For me at this time, yes.
Yeah, for everyone is like that.
Right.
See, if you see a slum, in fact, I and Ariu had a nice experience. We went to Bodh Gaya. While coming back from Bodh Gaya, so you know how the Bihar is, and you are from eastern part of India, maybe you would have gone towards Bihar. And that's the most underdeveloped states of India, one of the underdeveloped states. So while myself, Shreyas and Ariu, we were coming back to airport, we happened to come under a flyover, and under that there were some hutments where some children were playing. And the road was busy. And any vehicle can go on those little children and nobody cares. So Ariu, after landing in the airport, he started crying. And he asked me, Vilas, tell me one thing. I will not be born in this place, right? It really hit him hard. I told him, no, Arya, you will not be born in this place. Why do you feel that way? He was touched, number one. Number two, he started to see what if his life is like that in the next. Right? So now, when he considers that life versus his life in Mountain View, California, isn't it the best thing that could happen? Should he be unhappy? It becomes rude, being rude, actually. If he is unhappy with all of this given when compared to the children whom we saw, very small ones. They're not big ones, they're very small ones. No food, no clothing, no proper clothing. Not that they didn't have clothing, no proper clothing. And the worst part is they playing on the road, unmindful that any vehicle can knock them down. In a moment, they might lose their life. And the parents are not even bothered what these children are, because they are bothered about how they have to live. So they are not worried about these children playing on the street. On a busy highway, it takes you to the airport. And nobody cares in India. Nobody cares whether you are dead or you're alive, you're whatever it is. So this is the most fascinating place to stay. If somebody were to ask, it's the most challenging place to stay. And is it the most conducive environment to stay? And you could say it's the most interesting environment to stay because you don't know what's going to happen. Is it the most spiritual way to stay? And the answer might be yes, because you'll get so tired of seeing these things that you give up. That may be one of the. But anyway, coming back to this subject, what has jati, birth, got to do with what we are speaking? Because at present we are having a good life. So have you ever thought what Buddha meant by that? Or are we just puppeting? Jati pi dukkha, birth is suffering, aging is suffering, death is suffering.
This is
Living
something
a-
I.
Yeah.
Living a home is a home. That's a 9 month or 10 months. It's a home. That's living.
No, that's correct. But that anyway you will not experience.
Chitta will feel that night. So you're
But-
comfortable 9 months there. And
No,
suddenly-
during our schooling, the effort what we put to pass the exams, do you remember now? You don't. That's gone. But that time, that was the most prominent thing. In the same way, when in the womb, maybe you would have struggled, but that was prominent at that point in time, but not now. Now you don't even worry about it. Yeah, Abhishek, before I ask Nitin to talk, go ahead.
I was going to say this is something that occupies my mind these days a lot. That the context in which Buddha gave the thing was very different, and with time, like a lot of the things, if you see disease and old age and other uncertainties in life, they have changed to a significant extent now, and with time it keeps changing because of technology and medicine and progress in science. We're able to understand and manipulate things to a greater extent to facilitate better quality of life, right? And now the life expectancy is going up. Not that the quality is going up necessarily, but people can stay longer and avoid diseases. So a lot of those ideas seem to be facing, but I still feel there is something universal in the teaching, and some way, if we understand it in its true essence, we still be able to see it for what it is.
Great. Okay. Nice one. Nitin, go ahead.
So I think from the space we are looking at, it's a materialistic view or the Vyavaharik, we can say. So from that angle, we will not be able to see it as a dukkha. And for that, I think we may we may think it as a dukkha when we see our past lives. I think that is the only way we can come to the conclusion that yes, it is a dukkha. But right now, because we are not aware of previous memories, we will not be able to see it as a dukkha.
Good argument, very nice one. Appreciated. Yeah, that's one of the answer to it. Not the answer, but that's one of the answer. Good one. Thanks, Nitin. Mrityunjay, go ahead.
I think that we are in delusion not to understand that jati is the
No, that's fine. We are enjoying life. What is delusion got to do with it?
not able to understand what Buddha is trying to tell.
That's okay. That's why the reason we are here. But why does he say it is dukkha? That's a problem.
Yes.
See, what Nitin says is true, that we are not able to remember the past life, and then only you will know the amount of strain you have taken in your life. But let's say I don't have that. No dukkha. Conceptually, I can understand there is dukkha, but not in real experience. But there's another one which you can experience right here, right now, even though you don't have a past life. Wait, Venugopal has raised hand. Let's finish with him.
Sir, birth means manifestation of aggregates. So that is dukkha, sir.
You don't bring something. Look at from a common experiential standpoint, Venugopal. He's saying jati pi dukkha. He's saying, what is he saying? If it is panchupadana khanda dukkha, then you bringing that makes sense. Right? So now we are talking jati, birth as suffering. The question should be asked is that true? And if yes, how? But as far as I know, we are not suffering. That much I can keep.
That is also change, no, sir, in the future.
But that keeps on changing. See, a few days ago, I saw your status. You are doing some gymnasium thing at your sister place. Then why did you do that?
For health reasons, sir. So maintaining the health.
That's not dukkha, right? and the gym is looking pretty good. And you're very happy. You also put how many kilometers you have walked and all that. Right? So that means there is an enjoyment. Right? You're enjoying that or very suffering with that?
Enjoying, but
No, but you don't add plaster to it. Accept that you're enjoying it. What's wrong in that? Why we should shy away that we are not enjoying? I don't understand this. You are enjoying. There can be a better enjoyment. I agree on that. But that doesn't mean that you never enjoyed it. Come on, that will be lie. I can see on that WhatsApp, the way you put it shows that you're enjoying it, which is good. Why should you enjoy it? It's a brand new gymnasium and you've gone there and you're enjoying it. Is there anything wrong in that?
no, sir.
First, accept there is enjoyment. You're enjoying or not?
Enjoying, sir.
So don't add but.
Okay, sir.
Okay, good. Yeah, Bobby, go ahead.
Hello, Vilasi. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. See, jadi means like being born, right? Born in the sense like taking birth. That's what you're saying. So you're saying that people are happy. So what, maybe what I was thinking is that when it depends on when beings are born, which conditions they are born into. For example, if somebody is born into a war zone or there is nothing to eat, and if I am in a favorable condition, I can reflect on that. I don't have to think about the past life. I can reflect on that this particular being is born into a very difficult condition. So that itself is a dukkha, because maybe some people are born into a very wealthy or But some people are born very sickly, some people are born into a war zone, or some people are born into a very difficult. And when I reflect on, I see it, I feel dukkha.
No, that is when your senses mature. Let's say at 30 or 40 or 50-year-old, you start to reflect. By which time the aging has happened. It starts with jati.
But are we all talking about not the birth, right? See, we are talking about the present. So you are saying that by being born itself is a dukkha, or
Exactly.
that's
By being born is a dukkha, and the answer is no. Because ultimately you will try to do something out of your birth. Yes, you go ahead.
Yeah, I think with birth comes along with the fear that's always there.
Fine.
Which is
That's as long as we have amygdala as a part of the brain, that fear cycle is going to be there. It's animalistic human brain. It's fine.
that is constant, right? Since birth,
Yeah, this all mammals have the same. You just study about amygdala, and amygdala has one thing about protection. So it wants to get protected. So because of that protection, you have 5 senses: eyes, ear, nose, tongue, body, so that you can protect. So you are distracted for that same reason, because you want to escape from the predators. So when we come into the human life, we continue that thing. We get scared by the fellow human being, even though that human being is just a human being like another human being. But you have the predator tendency to get into the fear. Because we have stayed as animals in the past. So that continues. Anyway, when we come to Jara, Vyadhi and all that, we will see that, and that's not a right thing to take up now. If you're given up, I will give the answer.
Vilashi, one more last thing, So
Yeah.
if when you are seeing a baby is born, first thing what he's doing is, or she is doing, is crying. If she is very happy or he is very happy, why he is crying?
No, that is the way to see you. They can't talk. Any living being on this earth have a different way of showcasing their, pain.
Yeah. So the pain itself is dukkha, right? So he wants something.
Pain is pain, Bobby. Pain is pain. If that were to be true, nobody would have had a sexual intercourse at all in the first place, because the woman who is getting pregnant, she would be crying.
That is ultimately it comes to your ignorance, right? See, people are indulging in all these things. They don't have the ability to understand that it will lead to dukkha anyway.
No, Bobby, it's like this. Even the most spiritual, advanced person like Buddha, unfortunately, he had a sexual intercourse which brought him a person called Rahula.
That is before he was enlightened.
Doesn't
That time he was not
It
Buddha.
doesn't matter. He did a mistake. Oh, come on. Mistakes can happen.
And when there is no wisdom, that time he didn't have wisdom.
No, that's correct. But he was a bodhisattva in the past. What happened to that?
Bodhisattva still, he didn't have wisdom. He was causing a lot of trouble. That's why he was searching.
No, that has got nothing to do with it. If that were to be true,
I give up.
Yeah, no problem. But if that were to be true, Bobby, even for a second, if that becomes true, the humanity will stop. Or in fact, the world itself will come to an end. Because the 6 senses.
Vilashi, if somebody comes into that peak of wisdom, they will never do a sexual intercourse anyway.
No, not only sexual intercourse. If they understand the entirety, then there is no need for anything.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, go ahead, Bobby.
It's okay, Vilashi. I have given.
Okay.
Can I try?
Yeah, why not?
We can go on anywhere. That is the dukkha. You can go to apaya, you can go to tirachayani. That is dukkha.
No, that is fine, but what is jatipi dukkha?
So it is not in our hand to take it or as we like.
Good. Okay, better. Better answer. Okay, now the answer is it's uncertain. If you can make things certain, there is no dukkha. So the objective of the Buddha Dhamma is to make certain. Sotapanna is certainty. You will not go into the apayas. Anagami is certainty that you will not be born into the womb existence. Arhat is certainty that you've ended the suffering. Understand? So if something is uncertain, something should be uncertain. If something is impermanent, something should be permanent. There is nothing like it's one-sided. So it depends on three conditions. Number one condition is you can't say which form you will be reborn. Can be anything. The second one is which family you will be born if you are going to be human. And that has a lot of complexities because you have to accept to the norms and conditions of that family, that religion, that tradition, that whatever it is. And that might put an end to your progress because you have to again restart it whenever it comes out. And third important thing, like Nitin properly identified, is that you have not seen the past lives, the amount of effort you have put there. Like if I take my case, I went on a debate in Kashi, sent by the king or his minister. I really don't know whether it was a king or the minister. But anyway, Abhishek, if you can mute your microphone. So whatever was the case, it is in somewhere 780 or 730 or somewhere that time frame. I don't really remember on the number. I only remember on the situations because the conditions or discussions were on Vedanta. So I really know what I was doing. So there were 108 siddhis, meaning you show your things like walking on water to going inside the wall. And I was able to demonstrate 93 of them out of 108. And if I compare today, I have only 16 instead of 93. So all that I did during that time vanished. And hence it is dukkha. And I can see for myself it is dukkha. Another life where I and my friend were Tibetan monks or lama. We had given up everything, but then my friend did not return back. So I went into grief and I died. Again, same. Out of the two lives, what I have seen, or rather 1.5 life, not even 2 lives, I can see the amount of struggle to sustain, to exist. And thing is, in the previous life also, I was a teacher. And this life also, I am a teacher. But in the previous life, I was very popular teacher. Now in this life, I am not that popular teacher. At least to the degree somebody is, and maybe I'm not. But at that time also I had good knowledge, and this time also I have good knowledge. So, but that's dukkha. And how many years it has taken for me to get into this Dhamma? It didn't come at the time of my birth. So it may not come because the condition has to come. So what was the condition which made this possible? Death. I had a near-death experience, and that brought me here. I became interested in searching what happens at death. And I wanted to go to the place which I had gone. While living, I want to go rather than random. And hence, this story. So now I understand what Buddha means by Jati Pi Dukkha. You don't know the family. You don't know where you are going to be born. And you don't know whether you can proceed or not proceed. And what's your lifetime, life term? How much is the life? No idea. All of us are living in hope that you will exist. Meaning you'll exist to see tomorrow. But nobody is guaranteed that they can see tomorrow. But yet, there is hope. Isn't it or not? And that itself is dukkha. Because you can't make it certain. Yes, Bobby.
Vilashi, when this discussion was happening,
Mm-hmm.
that some of the people told that the happiness is there because you are asking they are happy, and it doesn't stay. That's the reason it is or so it is changing or it is uncertain. They answer in that line, and then also like when your question, whatever you are saying now, you saw a baby how you will understand is the sense organs are not developed. So whatever you are saying now, it is answered in some ways. So I'm just thinking that type of changing or uncertain was mentioned in many answers.
No, if you really understand uncertainty, Bobby, you'll get the shock of your life. Because you can end your life anytime under very crazy circumstances. Not that it is predictable, it's really unpredictable. Like Abhishek is saying about the health thing has improved and all, life expectancy. It's expectancy. But can anybody say for sure he can see tomorrow morning? Of anyone?
No, Vilashi, my question was, in some time you are saying that a baby will not understand all these things, right?
No, the baby will not understand. Even if you have seen Mahanidana Sutta, Buddha asked these 4 questions about womb entry. Yes, absolutely. The baby has not got its maturity. Even in the Mahadukkha Kanda Sutta, he explains the same thing. Mahatanha Sankhya Sutta. As long as the faculties are not matured, there's no experience of suffering. And hence, you can sustain life. That's true. But when the faculties get matured, then the things will change. So the child cannot understand uncertainty, but the consciousness knows uncertainty. And for that matter, Bobby, whatever we are calling child or this or that is just consciousness. And hence in the Putta Mamsa Sutta, Buddha says Vijnana is one food which doesn't mind taking spear shots, 100 in the morning, 100 in the afternoon, 100 in the evening. Have you understood that, Bobby?
Yes, Vilashi, definitely. I remember that Uttamamsa Sutta. It has profound influence. But the thing is that this all can be understood by a person who is somewhat developed in their mind, in their wisdom, right? Otherwise, they cannot understand. Only with some reflection.
That's the reason I brought this up. That when we say Jati pi dukkha, it's not about being born is suffering. It's the continuity of life itself is suffering. Because there is no guarantee of continuity itself. It's an illusion.
Yes, yes.
So, but yet we are happy to continue. And that's dukkha. But the day it opens up, you will let go of it. And then the tyaga will come. Because the nibbidha happens. Disillusionment, bringing in tyaga. Giving up. Yes, Nitin, go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I heard a saint, not directly from him, but a close devotee of him, saying that he explained how he took birth. He chose his parents, and then he took birth in that family. And now, even next life, he said that he's already decided which country he's going to born. So all these things, where does it stand?
It stands in how Buddha says you can make conformities by bringing the right conditions.
Okay, the preparation is already started in that country where he's going to born.
Yeah, it's fine. People are waiting for Maitreya Buddha to appear. Like that. Some people are waiting for Jesus to appear back. Jesus is coming.
So isn't it certainty?
Yes, you can make it certain, Nitin. That's what you are doing by Sotapanna, right? Or you are making it uncertain? Tell me that.
If Buddha he himself wouldn't remember his past unless he meditated. So if it is so certain, then why that lapse of not remembering the past memories from the day on itself?
Then you should ask Mr. Buddha that his teachings are not tenable, meaning it's just fabricated. Because you see this fun, Nitin, people are fighting to become Sotapanna, right? Tell me, is that a certainty or uncertainty? You tell me that. Yeah, go ahead. I'm waiting for your answer.
Could you please come again, please?
I am asking a very simple question, Nitin. Are you waiting to become a Sotapanna or not?
Yes, yes.
Why?
Yes, for certainty.
Then isn't it certain?
Hmm.
If it is certain, how do you know you are a Sotapanna? You'll be born as a human being, not going to the apayas. What's a guarantee? Who gives a guarantee?
Mhm.
That means you believe in certainty then,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
Is it then the right thing to do, Nitin? Should you not let go of Buddha Dhamma right here, right now?
Mm. Yeah, true.
Yeah, think it over. So maybe we should stop this session from tomorrow morning. Today is the last day.
Mm.
So we end today. That's it.